Welcome to the Savage Podcast over here at 6-0 Football Academy. I am your host, Matt McChesney. We are on TikTok Live once again. What's up, all you TikTokers out there? Welcome to the show as always. Didn't know this was going to happen today, but I'll take it. My man Derek Wolfe is back in the house here on the Savage Podcast, and David Bruton is always here, obviously running between the lines physical therapy here at 6-0. He's working on Big Derek this morning. We're running D-line groups. We're working out. Everybody's sweaty. Everybody's hot, and that's the way we get down at this place. So, like I said, this is episode 5 of the Savage Podcast, and we are rolling, okay? Derek Wolfe, David Bruton Jr., I'm your host, Matt McChesney, and we roll. Okay, right off the bat, I want to talk to you about our good friends at Rico's Burritos. They're going to bring us our first step. These burritos are fantastic. We're always eating them in here on a daily basis, so go check them out online. And the first step is brought to you by our good friends at Rico's Burritos. This is Matt McChesney from Savage and Average, the owner and operator down here at 6-0 Football Academy, and I want to talk to you about our friends over at Rico's Burritos. The Rico Burritos keep me rolling on a daily basis. My sons eat them constantly. My 12-year-old over here is staring at me right now as he scarfs down another one of these badass burritos from Rico's Burritos. It's a hearty 10-ounce breakfast burrito offered in 8 different flavors, 3 delicious breakfast combinations, 5 scrumptious lunch options, and the pride that is taken in offering a high-end restaurant quality burrito is second to none. The finest ingredients you can find, authentic recipes that have been in the Garcia family for 30 years. Young Cruz is in the program over here working his ass off on a daily basis. Rick Garcia, his father, played at Oregon State back in the day. They put the same passion and intensity that they have in every walk of life, in their training and chasing everything down that they want into their family business, Rico's Burritos. For over 30 years, the ingredients and flavors have been identified as the best in the business. And the moment you bite into one of these unbelievably delicious burritos, you will know. Check it out. The website is www.ricosburritos.com. That's www.ricosburritos.com. And it'll give you all the locations, how to purchase the burritos, so on and so forth. On Facebook and Instagram, Facebook is at Rico's Burritos, and Instagram is Real Rico's Burritos. That is Rico's Burritos, a proud sponsor of Savage and Average over here at 6-0 Football Academy, and we are rolling. All right, so moving forward here. Thank you to Rico's Burritos for all that they do. I want to talk about college football right off the bat. A proud Bearcat, Cincinnati Bearcat, moving to the Big 12. You're a proud Golden Domer from Notre Dame. Last year, that game in South Bend was crazy. I'm a CU buff, but I'm a Big 12 CU buff. So just keep that in mind. I'm not a Pac-12 CU buff. I'm a Big 12 CU buff. College football, in my opinion, is the shit. I love it. I don't like what they're doing right now with conference realignment, but at the same time, I do. How do you guys feel about the entire conference realignment thing? Look, you're an independent, so no offense, but fuck your smokes.
I was about to say, as long as we say independent, man, as long as we say independent.
Single Notre Dame guy, no, they're like, well, why would we join a conference?
Why? We don't have to.
Yeah, so they stole our coach when I was in college.
Yeah, that's what they did.
They stole Brian Kelly from us.
We didn't steal shit. That man does it all the time.
Listen,
he did jump that money at LSU too, but you straight stole his ass.
They stole him. We were getting ready to play Florida, Tebow's senior year. We're the number 3 team in the country, and he brings us into the auditorium and tells us, "Oh, by the way, I can't coach you."
Yeah.
And then he had like a armed guards with him to take him out of there.
Because he was scared shitless
Yeah.
of you. We can't coach you, Derek. What, motherfucker?
I was so pissed.
That's his choice, man. You can't put that on us.
The guy for chasing money.
Notre Dame told him he wasn't allowed to coach. That's why he couldn't coach. So it was you.
So, yeah, see, Notre Dame. We all hate you guys. Everyone hates you. We love you, but I hate your school. Parents, fuck his school. That's the way it works. But look, I don't think Notre Dame will ever join a conference unless they're forced to, unless they do end up in like 4 20-team conferences for 80 plus or 80 schools, or the Big Ten and the SEC just kind of encompass everybody eventually, which I can see that happening as well, to eliminate the NCAA. At least kids can try and get paid now through NIL, although that's a real slippery slope.
Yeah.
Here's how
That's slippery, bro.
you can force them in. Here's how you could do it. You could force them into a conference if those conferences did a collective bargaining agreement so that they could collectively all have a cap number that they could give to the players.
And then it might force the Notre Dame students or the Notre Dame players to say, well, we're not going to get any of that money if we're not in a conference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So look, how did you feel about the COVID year when they went to the ACC?
I think
Did you like it?
I didn't like the fact that we had to play the ACC. I hated the fact that we couldn't play USC and all those other teams that we got used to. But, I mean, for us to still be able to play was huge. But I would not want to join that fucking conference.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to stay in that conference.
That's fair. All right, so you're going to the Big 12. I want CU to go back to the Big 12 worse than anything. Like, unless we can get into the Big 10, and CU's an AAU university. Nebraska used to be one. They're the only one in the Big 10 that's not. I'd like to think that the Big 10 will take them, but I don't know that. The Big 12 seems like a good landing spot if the Pac-12 does dissolve, and I don't see how it can survive without the LA market. Talk about the Big 12, Cincinnati going there. How do you feel about that, playing all those teams? I mean, it's a good jump up for you guys.
Well, yeah. Well, I felt like, when they got rid of the Big East, right? Because we were just dominating the Big East. And it was the Big East was awesome. Like,
not only that, but basketball, though. We were talking about
yesterday. It was a fun conference,
Big East
man.
was so dope.
Yeah, it was. There's so many good teams in there, and for them to get bumped down was like, why did we get bumped down? We weren't playing bad football. You're taking these other teams and putting them in better conferences, but you bumped Cincinnati down.
So the thing I love about what the Big 12 is doing, and I wish everybody else did this, instead of plucking Texas and Oklahoma or plucking SC and UCLA, or even back in the day, CU going to the Pac-12, Nebraska going to the Big 10, and that's what started all this shit. And then they lose Texas A&M, then they lose Missouri, and then people just start moving. West Virginia's gone, the Big East is gone, yada, yada. One thing I love about what the Big 12 is doing is they're not just plucking teams. They didn't go after the Pac-12 immediately. They went to Cincinnati and Houston, and who are the other two? Cincinnati, Houston, who are the other two going? BYU. And... who's the last one?
I can't remember.
How can I not remember this? Central Florida.
Yeah.
Teams that have done well.
Teams have done well. They have good bases. The Florida market for the Big 12. And they elevate them.
Yep.
They don't just go pluck other great schools. They elevate the conference with 4 great teams. The team that was in the fucking playoff last year.
Yeah.
And Cincinnati over the last 15, 20 years has been one of the top programs in college football.
Yeah.
So I look at it like, okay, Notre Dame eventually needs to join a conference. I don't know if you will, but you might be forced to.
Yeah, the only way we're going to join the conference is if we go undefeated and we keep getting fucked at the end. Like, nope, you don't get that playoff bid. Nope, you don't get that playoff bid. Nope,
could happen.
Which essentially could, and that's the only way the hand's going to get forced. So we have endless monies. Like we have.
Then you got they're going to re-up NBC.
Yeah.
So okay. Where do you think it'll go moving forward? You think there's 4 conferences, 3 conferences, the Pac-12 and the Big 12? I think they've got to join eventually, right? They don't have to do anything right now because of the TV deals.
Yeah, the way it's
When
trending.
2025 hits and Texas and Oklahoma say peace, and USC and UCLA say peace, and you just lost the best 2 teams in the Big 12, and you lost the LA market in the Pac-12. Notice how I didn't say the best 2 teams in the Pac-12.
Right.
Yeah.
They just took the market.
Yeah.
That gives me hope that CU could get into a bigger market because of where we're at.
For sure.
But how do you see it going forward, all of us being Division I players here?
I mean, it's hard to tell. I never thought I'd see players getting paid. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. Me too. It's awesome.
Get your money, boys.
Yeah, that's so great to me. But I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going to happen with the league, with the NCAA, what they're going to do.
I don't think get rid of them.
Yeah,
my boy Joel Platt, I played with him at CU, and we were captains together. He's one of my best friends. And he's my go-to. He's like the Herb Street on Fox, right? Yeah. And he's saying that in 3 years, when the TV deals are up in 2025, and everybody has to sit down at the table and really negotiate this, right? They are going to be forced to join conferences and make moves. Because there's going to be too much money on the table if you don't do it.
Yeah.
If the Pac-12 tries to negotiate a contract, they're going to be on the same basis like the Mountain West. That's where their money's at right now. That ain't good.
Yeah.
And if the Big 12 and the Pac-12 together, and you combine all those markets, and then maybe, and then the ACC is kind of screwed looking on the outside looking in. So, man, I don't know where it goes, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's 4 20-team conferences or 2
Split it
two
right down,
regions.
right down the Mississippi River.
And then you just like this
The
region
East and
plays
West.
each other, this region plays each other, and you just here's the question: what if everybody went independent and just makes their own schedules?
I mean, then you
Because
got
then the TV
well. That's
goes wrong.
where
Yeah.
that's where you blur the lines with the TV deals, and then you also blur the lines with like you got teams playing weak schedules, and it's like, well, we didn't have the opportunity to play those teams. They wouldn't play us because we wouldn't pay them, and that's just the way it goes. And you got teams buying out of games.
I don't want to see Alabama Mercer anymore in November.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's got to change. But look, college football is moving in the right direction. I'd like to think that it's going to continue to be productive. I'm going to watch the shit. I'm going to bet on it. It's awesome. So,
Yeah.
all that's great. And look, anybody that hears anything here at 6-0, it's a gym. There's guys in the film room watching film. It's what it is. It's not a big deal. That's what we do here at 6-0. So if you hear anything in the background, fucking deal with it. All right, moving forward here. Thank you to Rico's Burritos for bringing us our first step here talking about college football. I think your team is set for another 10-win season. You guys are always in that boat. I know you like Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
And I think CU's a 6-6 football team, but that is the internal optimist for Colorado football inside of me too. So we'll see where we go. All right, moving forward here. The next segment here, we're talking about Deshaun Watson, and a little bit of NFL stories are brought to you by our good friends at Colorado Center for Functional Medicine. Make sure you check out this protein here at 6-0. The whey protein is what I used today when I got done with my workout. This stuff is amazing. We sell it here at the lab at 6-0. So go check out Colorado Center for Functional Medicine, and thank you to them for all that they do.
Matt McChesney here, and any of you that are looking to improve performance and get your health in check, reach out to our friends at the Colorado Center for Functional Medicine. Their men's health optimization plan is designed specifically for males that can identify specific health priorities which many doctors fail to address. They use precision blood work, which looks at your hormones levels, your micronutrient levels, your insulin, and many other markers which are often overlooked. This plan can also include an advanced body composition analysis to see where your body fat, your muscle mass, your visceral fat levels are at any order to establish individual nutrition plans for every single client. Stop relying on fad diets, crazy workout programs, and bro science. Health and fitness are not the same thing. If you want true results, they can help you at CCFM. Mention the podcast Savage and Average to receive a 10% discount on every single optimization plan, as well as a free body composition analysis and nutrition consultation. Their website is www.ccfuncmed.com. That's www.ccfuncmed.com, or call them at 303-500-3038.
All right, now, Deshaun Watson gets 6 games. I'm hearing that Goodell is not like very happy with Sue Robinson, the judge's ruling, and I've heard that they're going to go 12 or a year and change the ruling. Calvin Ridley gets a year for $1,500 bet.
Yeah.
Like what? Look, man, all three of us are vested bets. We've all been fined, right? I was never suspended. You were never suspended.
I was.
You were suspended. Were you ever suspended?
No.
This fucking hypocrisy, bro.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It is. I can't look. I can handle a suspension if I get in trouble. I'm a man. I'll handle it.
No.
I'll say I did something wrong and I'll handle it if that's the rule. But this seems like there's no consistency. I don't know what the fucking rules are. Josh Gordon's career was ruined over smoking weed, which is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
And then he gets blackballed, but he keeps getting multiple chances.
opportunities.
Somebody else gets caught smoking weed. You'll never see him in the league.
Never.
Exactly.
Like, it makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever. Look, there's coaches that go home and indulge. Players can't. Didn't used to be able to. They say they're not testing for it anymore, but I guarantee you, shady ass NFL, even if you have weed in your system, they're gonna fucking find out that you do, and they may not suspend you or fuck with you, but at least sitting in the offices, guaranteed they're like, oh well, this guy smokes.
Well, they're taking your pee all the time. You know what I
This
mean?
is my point.
Yep. Randomly testing you for steroids all the time. So it's
So they're always looking, and they have the funds to look. Do you feel like this hypocrisy will ever end? And then, if Deshaun Watson, there's one contingent of people that think he's getting screwed. And it's a legal matter, and he settled a bunch of the court cases. One of them is going to court. He settled everything else, and he went through the legal process. And then there's another where there's 66 plus women who old Captain Rub and Tug fucking got down on. But at the same, I'm torn, man. I'm right in the middle of this where 6-game suspension doesn't seem like that's enough, but at the same time, it's not a legal matter. And he's not being arrested. He's not being charged with rape or anything.
Yeah, but here's what you're missing. You're missing the fact that the league is going to look at it as you have to protect that badge, right? That NFL badge.
That's the shield.
So if you make the shield look bad, they're going to make you look bad.
Yep.
They're going to put it on you, so it's not on the shield.
So we get double jeopardy as an NFL player. We're double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy. Like you can be totally cleared in a court of law, and the NFL can just come in and be like, well, that doesn't matter.
Nope.
Yeah.
Here's your punishment.
Exactly.
So look, I think that Goodell's going to come out and drop the hammer on his ass.
Yeah.
And look, man, Deshaun, I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns cut him at that point because they have an out in the $230 million guarantee contract. Where if this goes down, they can just cut his ass.
Yeah.
And then that really makes Baker Mayfield and that move look even fucking worse.
Yeah.
God damn, that was stupid. So look, if you're Calvin Ridley, you're sitting at home for a $1,500 bet you lost a year. I was talking to you about this the other day, Brute.
Yeah.
Is that because of bylaw?
Yeah, it's a bylaw.
That's a law. If you get caught, you're suspended for a year.
Yeah, we signed on that.
So
they make us sign it every year.
Why doesn't the NFL mandate a domestic violence policy then, or a sexual assault policy, or any of that? Why does that? Why is that specific?
They call it
personal
behavior,
personal conduct.
No, but you get caught gambling, you're gone for a year. That's the rule, right?
Yeah.
But there's no
Yeah, there's no set. Yeah, there's no set
precedent.
there's no set rules on okay, this is
domestic violence.
this is considered. It's open to interpretation. So they're it's kind of like a holding call or a pass interference call for a referee. They just get to pick and choose what they think is an actual call, and that's what's happening with the league. Is you got
So Goodell's just a ref, pretty much up there.
Right,
he's a mediator.
So he's a personal conduct referee.
Yeah.
Makes me hate him even more.
Yeah,
Holy
I mean,
shit, this guy.
he gets paid $50 million a year.
$50 million. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe how much this guy makes?
It's incredible.
I mean, it's the most unbelievable shit I've ever heard in my life. So
it's crazy.
So look, I don't know if it's ever going to change because the league is super profitable. The lowest franchise is over $4 billion. The Cowboys just got evaluated at some insane number as the most 20-something billion dollars. That's the number one franchise. So the owners are making money hand over fist. He works for them. Players, figure it out, man. You better walk that line or they'll find a way to get rid of your
real quick.
All right, so moving forward here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Deshaun is suspended for the whole year, but hey, man, I can't call it. I guess we'll see. Okay, so let's go on to the Broncos, okay? Denver Broncos are in camp. All three of us played for the Denver Broncos, proud Broncos. Tim Patrick going down yesterday. Kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Undrafted guy, he's busted his ass. He's done everything he can. He's been cut multiple times, had to move all over the place. He finally got his bag. And I think this is a huge loss, bro.
It's a huge loss for the team.
Massive motivation in the wide receiver room. Competition's gone. I feel like now Jerry Jeudy can just sit there and go this is my job instead of having to really work for the reps because Tim's a better player than Jerry.
Yeah.
Cortland's a better player than Jerry. So if we're saying we're in a personnel grouping at 12 or 13 where there's only two receivers, I'd rather have Tim and Sutton on the field than Jeudy. And yes, this is an opportunity for Jeudy to step up, but losing Tim Patrick is huge. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, you can go ahead, Brute. It breaks my heart because I loved him.
He's such a good dude.
Yeah, good dude, and great catch radius. Never dropped the damn pass. I don't think I've seen him drop one. That guy who always come up with the big play, clutch play, had a quarterback to get the ball to him. I was excited as all hell for this wide receiver room. I'm like,
yeah, me too.
Shit, they're gonna put up some points. They're gonna make things happen. And
I feel with him, especially Russell. I feel like Russell would have had the most rapport with him, in my opinion. Yeah, like he's going to be the third down guy. He's going to be like without a dominant pass catching tight end on the field. And look, Alberto's a good player, but he's got to prove it.
Yeah.
Patrick's your third down guy. He's your possession receiver. He runs the best routes. He's got the cleanest hands, like you said.
Yep.
So look, if you're Judy and Hamler's coming back from injury, I like KJ. I think he's a good player. And then you're Sutton. How do you look at this in the receiver room now? They've got to pick this up big time. Those three have got to accommodate for every single opportunity down the field, and we are going to throw play action over people's heads like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and you never know. You know how it is in this league. It's next man up.
Yep.
So you never know. Somebody might step up and surprise everybody because all eyes are going to be on those three guys, and there's going to be one guy that might be able to step up.
So what do you think about Cortland Sutton?
I love him.
I like his skill set. I love him. You know, I think the knee injury from a couple years ago hindered him. You know, that knee brace definitely played a huge role last year. I think, you know, getting a little more mobile, stronger, more confident in that leg. We're going to see him take the hell off this year.
He's that good with the quarterback play he had. How good could everybody be now? Like, Judy didn't have any touchdowns last year. He missed a ton of time with that ankle, which people, like, don't talk about, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But now you got Russell Wilson, who, in my opinion, is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL and a Hall of Famer. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
With these three, with Hamler's speed, with Sutton's possession and big body and red zone ability, and then Jerry Jeudy, that first round ability, the route running and all that stuff. When I was out there at training camp last week, everybody kept saying that Jerry Jeudy has soft bones. It's like, what's soft bones mean? They're like, I don't know, he just catches the ball with soft bones. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I've never heard that before.
That's the media. It's just media guys that talking shit. So I'm like, soft bones, okay, whatever. But how big of a year is this for Jerry Jeudy, and how long before people start calling him a bust if he doesn't start showing up?
I mean, you can't call him a bust.
I'm not saying we are, but dummies out.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't
call that fucking crap.
Look, if he's in year 4 and he's struggling like that, you know, then you could start bringing that up, you know. But I don't see it.
This is year 3 for Jerry or 2?
2.
No, this is 3. This is 3.
Is it 3?
He wasn't a rookie last year. This is
3. Yeah. So this is year 3. This is when This is when you're gonna. Well, I would say.
I'd say this is year 2 for him. He missed
all of last year.
So like to me, this
with a high ankles brain, like
I think a healthy Jerry Jeudy, who has a good quarterback who's going to put the ball in the right place for him. You know, it's going to be. I think, and I like Jerry. I like the kind of player he is. I like the kind of person he is. You know, he's always showed great respect to me. Never, you know, he didn't know me from anything. So, you know, I like the kid. I think he's going to be good, and I think that he just needs that opportunity to stay healthy.
And then I want to piggyback on that. It's like Cortland is the leader in that room.
Oh yeah,
he has that C on his chest for a reason. He's going to have to elevate. He's going to have to educate. He's going to have to because. He doesn't have anybody else older with him.
Yep.
Like, you know, you just lost 10.
Go Brandon Marshall this bitch. Go Rob Smith this bitch. Go be the best. Go DT this bitch. Go be the guy.
He's got the ability.
And now you got the quarterback. So now let's go full circle here to Russ. I never played against Russ in the NFL. I was on offense, and I was gone by the time he got into the NFL. You guys played against him. Not only you played against him in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I played against him a bunch. I played against him in college, too.
And in college. So talk about Russell Wilson and not only what he's bringing to Denver from, you know, the Let's Ride and all that bullshit, but let's talk about the tangible things that this guy's bringing to this football team and how excited you are as an alum to be able to watch competent quarterback play again.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, he brings leadership to that side of the ball. Because without the quarterback is the leader of the offense. Like that's just the way it has to be.
100%.
Like if the quarterback has to command and lead the offense.
If your quarterback doesn't have a C on his chest in this league, your team is fucked.
Yeah, you're not going to win a lot of games. You're not. You might win, 9 games. Like and then consider that a great season.
In 2016, you guys came back and you were 9-7.
9-7.
A game away from the playoffs. And Trevor had a good year. He made the Pro Bowl that year. I'm not saying that he had a bad year, but you put Russell Wilson on that team, and you guys are back in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like that defense was still eating people's fucking lunch.
Yeah.
So it just continue to elaborate on Russ and what you really see him bringing. Like, do you think he's going to run around as much as he does? And does 72 give you some qualms with, he's really good with pocket passers, and he's figured that out. He's not holding anymore, which is fantastic. I also think, let me say this. I think Garrett was targeted as well.
Absolutely.
I think the refs looked at him out of college and said, he's really aggressive and he's putting people on the ground. And I think the same thing's going to happen to that Pennington kid that went out of Northern Iowa that went to New Orleans.
Yeah.
If you look at all of his clips through Senior Bowl and shit and evaluation, he was DDTing people.
Yeah.
Throwing them into quarterbacks' legs and shit.
It's happening in camp yesterday.
It's happening in camp, right? So he's throwing them into the quarterback's legs in camp. They're calling that guy for holding.
Oh, yeah.
Like the refs are sitting there at the practices. They're sitting there going, this kid's going to have 15 holding penalties this year.
Yeah.
So I think that Garrett was targeted a little bit. I think he's grown out of that. He's really, really good with his hands. He just figured it out.
Yep.
So I don't agree with the narrative out here that a mobile Russell Wilson is somehow going to make Garrett go back to the ways of holding.
Well, also think about where the boot's going. The boot is going away from Garrett. So he, like, literally all he has to do is wall. Yeah.
He didn't have a great offensive line in Seattle.
No, we didn't. Let's be real. Other than Dwayne Brown, and they tried. They went and got Dwayne Brown, but the other four pieces were just guys.
Yeah. When you got somebody, coming up, you got interior pressure nonstop on this guy.
Crushed.
So how is he supposed to sit in there confident?
Well, isn't that the game plan when you guys played him?
Oh, yeah.
Face pressure, make him roll.
Yeah. Make him roll, keep him back there. He'll just keep running backwards.
And eventually you'll get one.
And
yeah.
Or you'll get him to just toss one up to you.
Okay, so look, he's young. He says he wants to stay here for 10, 12 years. He's got the, fourth thing on his shoe, which, okay, if you're gonna put it out there, let's go. Let's go get a fucking ring. The whole, I want to win 4 Super Bowls thing kind of sounded like LeBron a little bit when he was like maybe 6, 7. I don't know if I would come out as Russell Wilson and say that, but I'm not fucking Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So, that kind of confidence from your quarterback, I think any other player says that, and you're like, dude, shut up. Yeah. But Russell says it, and the whole team's like, you know what? I think we could get 4 fucking Super Bowls.
Top down, right? Yeah. Top down.
So it comes back to what Derek's talking about, just the leadership aspect of it. All right, so Nathaniel Hackett, game plan against him. He's been all over the NFL and the Jacksonville when they were good, and Green Bay the last couple of years. You guys obviously know his offense and his scheme. Do you think Hackett is going to be a really look? He had an array of different guys in Seattle. It's like they were changing guys every single year. And what was it? Darrell Bevel was his OC when they were really productive, right?
Yeah.
And making it to title games in the Super Bowl. And then Darrell left, and they had kind of a revolving door offense coordinators. And I think that wore him out a little bit. Just talk about Hackett's offense here and the whole new coaching staff. It's very intriguing to me because they're all so young.
Yeah.
And you guys were there with Vic and Coach Kolar, and he's still there, but he's not really the defensive line coach anymore, but he is. Just talk about the youth and the coaching staff, and if that's going to bite us in the ass and be the reason that, that Brandon Staley guy last year for the Chargers, if he doesn't go for it on 4th down 900 times, maybe he only goes for it on 4th down 10 times instead of the 35 times he did. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he's a first-year coach. He's just throwing caution to the wind. You think you're going to get that out of Hackett and, just kind of reckless and just kind of out there fucking throwing it around? Or are you going to get more of that, very consistent, methodical, scored 24 points, play good defense?
I think you're going to see a mixture of both. I think you're going to see what we've seen in Green Bay, scoring that 24, 25 points. But he's also got that experience. I don't take a chance. We don't get past the NFC Championship game multiple times in a row. So I think we're going to see a flavor. He may come out aggressive, pick his games. Okay, that game 7, we're going to be a little more aggressive here so we can get over that hump. And then when guys are met with that opportunity in that AFC Championship game that Russell's saying that we're going to get by to get to the Super Bowl, we're used to it. We're ready for it. We're ready for whatever the hell's thrown at us, and we know what the hell they expect from coach. Like with Wade, we knew 4th down, we're fucking blitzing. We are fucking 0.
Yeah, we're coming after
sit down and jump some shit while let these big boys go in.
Made them make a decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so this run game, they're bringing in that West Coast run game, that wide zone with the cutback. That shit works. No one can sit around and say it doesn't work. It's hard to stop. The offensive linemen, obviously, you battled against a bunch of these guys in camp for a long time. You think this offensive line is? I think they're set up for a lot of success with this, with the backs,
Especially with this style.
bootlegs, play action shots. They walk that fucking safety down in the box here, and Russell's going to be like, "Ooh, boy, here we go, we're cooking." So tell everybody just how complicated that zone scheme is trying to stop.
Well, I mean, it's tough because you have to play so flat down the line as a defensive lineman. While you're getting they're trying to cut your legs out. They're trying to, they're doing misdirection. It looks like a zone run, then it ends up being a boot.
Yep.
It's just there's a lot of shit you can run off of that. It's not just one-dimensional offense where it's like, oh, they're going to run downhill runs. It's going to be boots and bellies, and that's all you're going to see. No, it's going to open up a lot for him. It's like, Kubiak ran that same style of offense, and he had a ton of success with it. And we had a lot of success with it here.
And we didn't even have the quarterback mobility that we have with Russell.
No, we have. I think that their offense can be explosive, and I think if their offense can score 21 to 24 points a game, they can win the AFC West. If you win the AFC West, you got a good chance of winning a Super Bowl.
Shit, you should win it. You should win it if you get out of the AFC West.
The Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon thing. What did you and look? Step out of the NFL veteran shoes. So you're Javonte Williams. They bring back Melvin Gordon when it's supposed to be your job. How do you feel?
I mean, it's just
It's not. Who says it's supposed to be your fucking job?
nothing. See, that's the thing about this league. Everything is earned.
Yep.
You don't just earn it 1 year. You got to earn it multiple years. You got to do it multiple years for them to get that confidence in you.
So, what do you think about Javonte? I think good.
I think he's number one. I think he's the one back.
Yeah, he's
Right.
the number one.
He's the number.
How are they going to split these carries? If you were the offensive coordinator or the running back coach, and you were sitting there going, okay, how are we going to split touches between these two? If we've got max 70 plays in a game.
65-35.
65-35?
Percentage-wise,
Okay.
yep. That's what I would
And
do.
then if Javonte goes down, you've got a great back and
Right there. Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
I can get with that. I can fuck with that. Hey, you guys are making me feel good about my next prediction. All right, so look, the schedule, it's something I look at every year when you're trying to figure out who's what and what's what, okay? I got the Broncos going 12-5. I got them finished second in the West. But I only have two teams out of the West making the playoffs, and the Chiefs ain't one of them. Just so you know. So I got them starting 7-1 though before that bye, and they've got some good teams on the docket there. And then the second half of the season at Tennessee, the Raiders, at Carolina, at Baltimore, Kansas City, Arizona, at the Rams, at Kansas City, and then the Chargers to end. There's a schedule right there. That's the way I worked it out. I think that they have a huge opportunity to be an 11, 12-win team if they do things at a consistent level and they play good defense, which I know they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Simmons and Kareem and Patrick Surtain, bro. Dude, at fucking practice the other day, Surtain was eating the offense or the receivers alive.
Yep.
Like, Courtney Sutton was visually pissed off about it. Nobody could fucking run by this guy. He's just out there, like, playing with him. Is Surtain as good as I think he is? Because his daddy was a fucking animal.
And we talked about it. Like,
Animal.
it's not just skill set, but, like, think about the knowledge that he got. Like, the knowledge he got from his dad. His dad played with Sam Madison and all that whole Miami secondary, who was probably
Really good.
like up there, top
good.
5.
They were
Yeah.
a damn good secondary.
Yeah.
That's when they had Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas.
Yep.
And Jay Fiedler was their quarterback, and if maybe he wasn't their quarterback, they would have won some games. But great defensive teams down there in Miami. How good can Surtain be? I think he's like first team All-Pro this year if they do things right.
Oh, yeah.
That kid's a fucking
He's an
Yeah.
animal.
And that gives you a chance to let's go lock up, play man to man, and then
See what happens.
let them eat up front.
You got a guy that can play man.
You got a blitz too, right?
Yep.
So how good this secondary? Who's the other corner in your opinion, Bruton? Like, is it going to be the Emujane kid? Is it going to be Darby? Because the other three spots are done.
Yeah.
Simmons, Kareem, and PS2 are done. Who's the other guy that's going to lock down that secondary position? And then the nickel position. You played that nickel position for years. The nickel linebacker for years. How important is that spot too?
Oh man! So let's start. I think Darby. I think Darby's got the experience. He'll be able to come into his own, grow a little bit. It's like, I know he's had some years under his belt, and I think Emujane still needs to learn. Still needs to come up and grow a little bit. Now that nickel spot, man, like it's tough because we had Chris and. Like seeing how
Just lock it in.
Just lock-
You got him.
that guy just played man on Wes, on Julian Edelman,
How
on
many?
like
hey, not to change the subject, but I'm going to because this is my show. How many Hall of Famers were on that defense?
I mean,
DeMarcus and Vaughn, definitely.
yep.
Talib,
Chris.
3. Chris is 4. How many Ring of Famers?
Shit. Let's throw this guy out there.
Make this fucking happen, by the way. 1, DeMarcus, Vaughn, Talib, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, Malik could for that year.
Yeah.
That year, like he was killing it that
More
year.
of a longevity thing,
Yeah.
I think, with the Ring of Fame.
Yeah.
Like how long you played with the team and whatnot.
Yep.
Too. So, I don't know, that's a really good question. In the comments and shit, who else from the Broncos, from that era, who else deserves to be a Ring of Famer
I think
or Hall of Famer?
you could even put TJ Ward in that conversation.
That's one thing.
You could put Darian Stewart in there.
Put Darren in there too.
Bro, God, Darren.
You just put the whole goddamn defense in that bitch because like just the whole defense. 2015 defense right there. Orange Crush right there. Boom. 2.0 right there. Right there.
All right, so look, moving forward here, I think the secondary is going to be elite. The linebackers, we had Josie Jewell on the other day when we were on altitude at the training camp, and looks really good. Big, strong son of a bitch. You know, he's going to play hard. You know, call him the fucking outlaw for nothing. I really like that son of a bitch middle linebacker. I think he stays healthy. He's been a great fucking year.
Yep.
Talk about the D-line, Wolf. You went out there, you got to talk to the team. You announced your retirement, brother. Congratulations.
Appreciate
it. So
Thank
fucking
you.
happy for you to go out there and sign up one day with the boys and for them to treat you the right way. That's big time.
They did it right, man. I really appreciate it.
This franchise, and I'll just tell a little story. I remember I was undrafted and had changed positions. I was just a grunt in the league. And I signed with Denver, and I'm, fighting for a job and whatnot. We got all the way through the offseason program. The last day of the offseason program, Mr. Bowen was in there in his fucking leather pants, looking like a G.
Yep.
And he walks in, and he walks straight up to me. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I did something wrong. This isn't good. And he walks up and he goes, Matt McChesney? I was like, yeah, Mr. B, how you doing? Shake his hand. He goes, went to Niwot High School and see you. You're a proud Colorado guy. You've been a Bronco fan your whole life. And I was like, since I was a whip. I was like, I used to be in the South Stands and shit with my pops back in the day. I was like, this is what I've wanted to do my whole life. He's like, really glad you're here, son. And just kind of hit me on the shoulder and walked off. And I was like, fuck it, I pulled it. But that's the franchise. They didn't give a fuck here.
Yeah,
That's what makes this place so
Versus,
special.
versus Snyder out there in Washington couldn't even get Kirk Cousins' name right. Like
Baltimore doesn't feel the same as it does here.
I mean,
It's a really good
I'll tell you
franchise
that Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore's a good franchise though.
Great franchise.
They take care of their guys. They keep their guys around. I mean, there's still. I was on the team with a bunch of guys from that 2012 Super Bowl team still.
Oh, they're still
They
there.
kept them there.
Yeah.
They still keep them around. They might not be producing, but they want them around, and they got a lot of old players that still work. Former players that still work for the team.
How many franchises do you really think are like that? Like, I think they're few and far between. The Chargers ain't like that.
No,
I mean, I don't know if the Raiders are trying to go back there, but Al, was scorched earth for 15, 20 years where he just pissed everybody off at the end of his life.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's a ton of franchises that actually do their guys right.
Man, it's tough coming from such a grade AAA plus organization and going to anything less than that.
Yeah.
It was such a transition.
Do you guys remember when you were playing the Redskins back in the day? And I hate the fact that they changed that name, but whatever. Do you remember walking out of the visitors' locker room and having all the cheerleaders lined up right in front of you? You remember that?
Yep.
They stopped doing it.
Yep, they still do
They
it.
still do it.
They still do it last
So
year.
you walk out at FedEx, and FedEx is huge, goes straight up. And you're walking out the visitor locker room, and every single now Commanders, which is the worst fucking name ever, worse than the Guardians. Not almost as bad. The Guardians is pretty bad too.
They changed the stadium name to Galaxy. Then we get down on it. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dog.
Then it'd be the best name out there.
The Indians are an iconic baseball.
Oh, Major League got ruined.
My favorite fucking movie.
Oh, dude. Kidding me? Major League?
Totally fucked it up.
Oh,
They clean. Let's go Guardians. I'm over it. Like I used to love the Indians. I'm over.
I still say go Tribe. I still go Tribe.
But neither here nor there. You walk out of the visitor locker room, and every single cheerleader, and they're bad. Let's be real, they're fucking cheerleaders, are just ass up, stretching, titties hanging out, just like, hey, have a good game. Where are we?
Third down.
Third down. And like, but that goes full circle back to how shitty that fucking place is. He's telling them to do that. Hey, go out there and shake your ass and titties, girl.
Dallas does the same thing. They make you walk through the bar right there, and they're lined up with
Dallas is
legit. You're walking through a club.
They got dancers everywhere. There's fire going off everywhere, smoking. You're like,
do you think Denver needs that in the new stadium? Do you think we need to go distraction? Because I went to the opener last year in Vegas, the Monday night game. That place is a spaceship. I think I watched maybe 2 quarters, and the rest of the time I was like, holy fucking shit, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Let's go play some fucking crafts inside the goddamn stadium. This is fucking awesome. But like the stadiums are turning in now to even more entertainment in the game.
Yep.
There's a huge push for the Broncos to demo that bitch, and it's only been here for 20 fucking years.
Yep.
I played in the old Mile High back in the day, bro, when I was in college before they tore it down, which was awesome. But Empower's nice. Like it's loud.
It's a nice stadium.
How about just like dome it? Would you consider doming it?
I don't think you should.
You dome it, you get a Super Bowl.
I don't think they should. I think you can still play a Super Bowl here. The weather, we played a Super Bowl in New York.
But that's because they go to the stadium.
But with no roof.
How much you want to bet they never do it again?
Oh no!
That was miserable.
I will be on that voting board. It's like hell no. Think about it.
Don't even think about it. It's miserable.
Okay, so but at the same time, look at it from a business perspective. You dome Empower. You renovate it and dome it, or you build them a new megaplex with a dome or a retractable roof, okay? We'll just say it's retractable. You definitely get a Super Bowl, multiple. You get Final Fours. You get everything that you can imagine that they do at all these other places that are domed. Now you can do it in Denver.
Well, look, Walton is worth $60 billion.
64.
64. 64.
Don't forget the 4.
And look, they brought in some really, really good minority owners too.
Oh yeah.
Right? Who's the fuck?
Lewis Hamilton.
F1 racer.
That motherfucker's paid,
Dude.
He made all the money.
They're gonna like this place. Listen, they're gonna make this place is gonna make money.
Oh, they're gonna print fine.
It's gonna make money.
And Denver has a mint.
Watched Cliffhanger the other day, and like the first scene, it's like the Denver Mint.
Yeah.
Like the movie gets that. The movie does kick ass. Don't tell me it doesn't.
It's great.
Go watch Cliffhanger.
Just hold on.
I didn't realize when I was a kid watching it. I was like, God damn, these really high up there. I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm scared of heights. But look, the Broncos and this entire franchise moving forward here, as we wrap this up, I think they are in an unbelievable advantageous position here.
Oh, yeah.
If you can have all that craziness with the Bolins, and I don't know if you guys ever follow
Johnny?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Johnny's.
Woo! He is. There's something going on up here. I'm not really sure what it is, but he's got something going on. He loves his team, though. I will say that he loves the Broncos. I just think he says it in a very, how do I say this?
Unconventional way.
Yes.
There you go.
To say that.
He just doesn't care. He does not care. He does not give
How
a
big of a
shit.
check did he just get?
400, probably about 400 million.
Wow!
I think they all got 400
No,
million.
if you get the time machine and go back to the 50s, I'm doing everything humanly possible to buy a pro football team.
Oh, are you kidding
Like,
me?
the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
That and land.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jerry Jones paid. He paid pennies on the dollar.
Pennies, bro.
Yeah.
He bought the Cowboys in 1989 for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Nothing, man. They were a down and out franchise, and nobody wanted to buy them.
Yeah.
And they just let the Arkansas Oilmen come in and swoop them up. All right, so
Now it's worth 20 billion.
20 fucking billion. All right, so the Broncos move forward here. I'm going to be out at training camp again on Saturday. I'll be out there on 92.5, so make sure you check out the show. We'll be out there watching the guys get down. Another great show down here, 6 Year Football Academy. Look, any and all parents, kids out there looking for opportunity. We've got 10 guys in the film room right over there learning personnel groupings and fronts and learning how to watch tape and communicate with each other. They all don't go to school together. I'll let Derek and Dave elaborate on this a little bit because they've been around. Dave, obviously, between the lines is in here, and Derek's been here working with the guys, but I'm very passionate about this, and we are in the business of helping guys. From Travis's son, Connor, who's at the University of Michigan, who's an early enrollee, to, I'm going to post this later today, but I went through and I just started taking pictures. And I posted it last night, but then TikTok got mad at me because of the music that I had on, so I deleted it. But it's like 190 pictures of just guys in college that are playing, guys that made it to the league, all the pictures of us working over the last 14 years. And I have to look back sometimes, and I'm reflecting. My own son, Nicholas, right now, who's running the TikTok Live, started his first football practice last night. And the emotion that I had on the field was incredible. And just the full circle aspect of this, not only watching everybody else's kids having success, but now my own boy being in the program and how much success he's having, and he's just starting. So this place is different. This is not just a place to come run a ladder and, dick around for 10 sessions. We are invested in this room and trying to help you not pay for college as a parent and your kid go live his dream. And maybe one day he's sitting around like we are, because we're all just grunts who got an opportunity. I know damn well both of you are. You're workers, you're grunts. I'm a worker, I'm a grunt. This is a grunt game. And if you work, there's going to be so many opportunities out there. So go to 60academy.com and check it out. Check out all the platforms on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at 60academy. And we will put you in the right direction. The CoachTube aspect of this. Go to CoachTube. Type in 60 Academy. It will come up. And you'll see all the different stuff we're doing. It's $14.99 a month, and you get unlimited access to all the film and everything else we're going to be posting from a technique standpoint so you can learn from a distance. So, guys, just to close this up here on the podcast today, give your 2 cents on what you see this place and see in here with these young kids and how we're trying to give back, because in this politically correct world out here, they don't understand football and really what it is sometimes.
Mm-hmm. For me, I love what you're doing with these kids, because you know how I feel about how the softening of America is.
Oh, it's terrible.
They call it the pussification of America.
Pussification of America.
It's the attack on masculinity and the attack on aggressive. You got to listen. If you want to make it in this game, you got to be a fucking dog.
Yep. Like a controlled animal. Yes. Is what I call it. Jordan Patterson, you know who Jordan Patterson is, the psychologist. He's all over social media, and I started reading one of his books. And there's a chapter in the book where he's saying, look, I want every man to be as dangerous as humanly possible, under control. That is true discipline. Yeah. Not being a total pushover and a pussy, and not having the ability to protect yourself or your family or anything else. And that's considered the new norm. He's like, that's not the way it should be. You should be dangerous and under control.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you're teaching these kids, is how to accept criticism. Right? How do you take the criticism, right? Because they're going to go to college, and it's not going to
so ruthless.
It's not going to be, you know what I mean? It's not going to be. That's not the way it goes,
Off
right?
the top of your head, D-line story, the first time they ever, when you were like, holy fuck, this coach is nuts.
I mean,
Coach Wilson pumped the projector in front of me.
I heard a coach
didn't wake up this morning.
I've heard coaches tell guys to go. You need to quit. You need to kill yourself. Get the fuck out of here.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's pretty ruthless.
He's like you don't. You're soft. I seen it. I mean, when I came to college, I had a pretty decent D-line coach, but then I had Steve Stripling, who was who's a CU buff. Yep. And Steve Stripling came in my third year in college, and he elevated my game to another level, because he was critical. But it was like you wanted to like make him proud, right? Because it's like
the harder you are on me, the more you give a shit.
It's like if he wasn't saying, and he made it clear, like I said to those boys the other day, I said, look, if I wasn't saying shit to you, that means I don't think that you got anything to give here. Like there's no reason, like I wouldn't even talk to you. And that's how Strip was. If he didn't think that you were gonna be worth a damn, he just wouldn't even bother coaching it. But if he thought that you had the ability to be great, he would push you and push you and push you. Bill Kollar, same way. He would push you to your absolute limit where you wanted to break. And then he didn't want to tell you twice. He told you one time. I'm gonna coach you one time on it. All right. And if you don't fix it, then that's your fault.
And that's the beauty of the National Football League, is if you don't figure it out, you might get another opportunity, but you might not.
Yeah.
How about you, from your perspective here at 6-0?
Man, I think you're toughening the kids up between the ears. Like, you can go out there, throw weights around all you want, but this shit is a mental game. Like, it is a mental game. If the kid we had yesterday, like, those other kids fed on the fact that he was mentally breaking down.
yeah,
So they just they were attacking it.
And that's
So,
how
so that,
Wait, boys. Everybody's coming out of the film room right now. We're close now.
so that's how it is here. It's like you're toughening the guys up, not just giving them fundamentally sound technique tips and things of that nature, but you're toughening them between the ears.
Yeah.
And that shit goes a long fucking way. And I had a coach like that, Corin Brown at Notre Dame.
Great coach.
Great.
I'm TV. I'm a TV.
Yeah,
Dude.
hell, biggest hit I've ever seen on Keyshawn Johnson. But yeah, just was just always tough and always riding your ass. But he was like, you don't just fucking learn safety. Like you learn corner, you learn linebacker. So that's what instilled. Like I gotta learn this shit.
Yeah,
like learn everything. Like I'm not just a safety. I'm a player. I'm a ball player. The techniques you're teaching these guys here is like, okay, well they play D line. They could play linebacker. They could play D end. They could be on the offensive side of the ball. So they're getting it, and it's just going to help their game as they get older and progress through this sport.
Yeah.
College, pro ball, be like you, bounce back and forth between different positions, and jack of all trades when it comes to
Having
the
the
line.
ability to handle it mentally. too.
Yep.
Like, a part of me died when they were like, "You're playing offense," and then I was like, "Okay, that sucks," but it really doesn't. And Callahan looked at me and said, "Now you know the snap count. Go be a prick." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm in."
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, let's go.
Right.
Hey, so next week on the podcast here at 6-0, we have the GOAT. Number 27, Steve Atwater, is in-house for an hour to talk everything Broncos. Obviously, he made the Hall of Fame last year. He's been on the show for years.
Yeah.
My favorite Bronco of all time, hands down. So it's going to be awesome to have Steve here next week. And everybody out there, thank you for listening to the podcast. We really appreciate you. Make sure you go check out all the different platforms where all the content is at. And we will keep this bitch rolling. Derek, brother.
Thanks for having
thank
me
you
again, man. Appreciate it.
awesome. B,
Yes, sir.
work we go.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's a wrap, bitches. Have a great day.